All right. Coming and join Dr. T's live show. All right. All right. We got one, Katrina. Good to see you. Let's just wait for a couple more people to show up. While we're waiting there, let's just enjoy some good music. All right. All right. Good to have some people here. Good to have you, Laura. Good to have you. Thank you for joining the show today. So I use that song because that song is the narrative and the story of AC/DC's initiation into the Luciferian family. That's what that song is actually about. Their initiation into the Luciferian, the night they made the commitment to live for Lucifer. They had some girls that would show them a good time, and they had some fun. They broke all the rules. They played the fools. What they're saying to you is they tricked these girls. These girls thought they were just coming there to have a good time, and they sacrificed them. And that's how they came into the Luciferian family, because they sacrifice. It has to come through sacrifice. Let me ask you a question. Has it ever dawned on you that at 80 and 90 years old and at 70 and 75 years old, that you probably would not want to be traveling on stage, traveling on a bus every freaking night doing concerts? Did that ever dawn on you? What person in their right mind is 75 years old? Now listen, they make these bargains when they're in their 20s while they're dying for fame. But when you get 70, 60 years old, do you think you really want to be on a tour bus? I don't care how famous and how much money. You think you really want to be? They don't do it because they want to do it. They do it because they have to do it. They do it because it's in the contract. And in the contract, they have to play till the day they die. Nothing gets them out of this contract except for death. That's why you see them playing until they're 70 up on stage. You know, I mean, 70 years old, are you kidding me? Who in the world would want to be on stage at 70 years old? They don't have a choice. It's in the contract. They signed it and they have to fulfill it. No doubt about it. And that's what you see going on. And Bob Dylan told you this shit. That's why he does it. That's why he can't stop, because he made a bargain with Satan. He told you that shit. It's all of them. It's every single last one of them. Thank you. I want to welcome everybody for joining me, Dr. T Show. Hey, Teresa, good to see you there. Chris, Marcus, good to see you there. Roy, good to have you. Lori, good to have you. Gwendolyn, good to have you, my sister. So, in case you don't know Dr. T, my name is Dr. Terrence Alexander Rizal. I am a social and behavioral scientist. Dr. Terrence, I'm a PhD. Before I went to school to become a psychologist, I actually went to Bible college and seminary, and I studied the Bible in Greek, Hebrew, and Greek, and all the other translations, which is what allowed me, that combined with my psychology background, to be able to see this shit. So that's what's going on. So we just found out that the Kennedys are fake ass. That John F. Kennedy did not have grandchildren, and the JFK dude is fake. The JFK dude, he's fake, because he had no grandchildren. So here these people had us believing for decades, believing something that was not true, believing that people were blood relatives of someone was not true, and they had us believing it. Don't you wonder why they're telling us the shit? Does it ever cross your mind why they are choosing to reveal this shit to us? I assure you that they're not revealing this shit to us because they're going to stop, or their plans have halted one iota. They're showing this shit to us because they're making themselves known. They've done this forever. They did this in the first secret society. They did this with Moses on the mount. When Moses went to go and talk to God, get the Ten Commandments, as soon as Moses left and went up the mountain, the man wasn't gone a hot minute. They told Aaron to make an idol for them so they can worship these dark forces. And that's what they did on that mount. It said that they pressured Aaron to build an idol. It said that he went into his bag and got the tools, which means he always planned to revisit and practice Luciferianism. He was going to do it privately. So what happens is it says that they built this idol, they began to feast, have orgies, enjoy sex, and it said they feasted. They feasted. Now Moses was up there, Mount Sinai. They had no food. We know this because when Moses fed them, he had to give them manna, and they were in the desert. You can't store food in the desert. What food were these people eating? These people had murdered, killed, sauteed, buttered their own children and feasted on them. And the word feast in Greek means that they enjoyed it. It means that they enjoyed it. What was going on? What happened is when these people began to worship this God, these false gods, they were actually entertaining demons. And as they were having fellowship with these demons, we know that through orgies, because these demons love orgies. They love demonic sex. Every Satanist, Luciferian has ever been in history has told us that they do orgies. When they did these orgies, they began to have fellowship with dark spirits, and dark spirits began to embody them, which gave them the strength to put their children through the fire and eat them and enjoy it and taste it and lick the meat off their bones while they're eating their freaking children, man. Demonic forces entered them and gave them the power and anointing. Some evil human beings are just not capable of without assistance. And these dark forces are more than happy to give us assistance. So this has been going on for a long time. That's where it started. And you'll notice that when Moses went up the mountain and they had the opportunity, they revealed themselves. That's what they're doing now. They're revealing themselves. These people have no intention on stopping anything. What they're doing is they want you to accept it as normal, because they have no intentions whatsoever on stopping whatsoever. They're just letting you know this is what it is. The 800,000 children that you were missing a year, we've been eating them. Deal with it. That's what it is. These people are they're daring us. They're putting it in our face and they're letting us know they're doing it. But the most insane thing out of this is that we know that these people have told Leonardo DiCaprio's on almost 100% diet of babies. 100%. Yet niggas will still go see his movies and shit. How is this possible? We know that P. Diddy was putting bottles in girls' vaginas and shit. Bottles, man. Sharpened bottles. My God, from heaven, man. Tormenting this girl, because that's Luciferian practices. Torture is part of Luciferian practices. So with P. Diddy's house, they were practicing the faith of Luciferianism. And it involves all of these other practices that you may think, oh, these people are crazy. No, they're not. They're practicing a faith. They're practicing a faith that they believe in, just like you believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. They're not just crazy. They're practicing a faith older than time. And that's what these people are, and it's all of them. But the amazing thing is that after people know this is going on, there's been no response from us whatsoever. There's been no response from us. People have just gone on with their daily lives knowing that these people are filleting children's faces and shit. I showed you. These people are doing shit that is so unbelievably mind-blowing, it is insane. But the most mind-blowing thing is that people hear this shit and ain't moved. Not moved a bit, man. 20 years ago, if we'd have heard people were doing this shit, black people and white people would be in the middle of the street marching, tearing up shit, tearing people up, demanding justice. Nevertheless, now we're completely unmoved. We hear this shit and we're completely unmoved. Unmoved, man. Do you know what that means? That means that whatever social engineering programs these people have been running on us has worked. It has done something to us that even when we hear shit like this, our hearts are unmoved. We have no feelings and emotions. We can go about our day. There was a time that if human beings heard that this shit was happening to another human being, I remember that when things bad would happen, even if it happened to a white person, my mother would be sad. She'd even cry. But somehow these people have social engineered emotional intelligence to such a low degree that we can hear that children are being filleted and just go about our business like nothing happened. I have to then admit that something has happened to me, that these people are doing something to me without me being aware of it. These people are changing me. These people are doing stuff to me, and I'm not aware it's happening. I have to admit that then. And that's what this shows me, that these people have been making changes in our brains, changes in our emotions, changes in our behavior, changes in our reactions, changes in how we relate to other human beings, and we don't even know that it's happening. But I see the results of it. I see it plain as day. And I know this shit has been social engineered. I know it's been social engineered. Look at black people, man. These black girls are beating these white girls up because they're pretty. They're doing it because they're jealous. They're doing it because this girl, I saw her hair. That white girl's hair was done perfectly. These niggas don't even do their hair wearing caps and shit. They don't even have any hair. And here this girl has long blonde hair. I remember when I was a kid in junior high school, it was another school that another friend of mine went to, was a junior high school. It was called I forget what it was. It was in Bensonhurst. And these black girls held down a white girl. She had long, beautiful, long blonde hair, and they held her down and cut off all her hair. I've seen this jealousy and this hate. See, you always hate who you're jealous of. It always turns into hate because you resent that they have what you don't have. So jealousy always produces hate. And white people and black people are jealous of these white people. And if they say they're not jealous of white people, they're full of shit because everything they do is to emulate them. These braids that these brothers wear, like they got long blonde hair. Look. Wear that faggoty shit if you want to, but you cannot say you're not trying to be like white people and you're not trying to emulate having long hair while you're wearing long hair. It's obvious black people are trying to imitate and be like white people. It's obvious. Now, you can deny that shit all you want, but it's a fact. You got these niggas up here before all the shit with Trump. These niggas were having Trump in rap songs, talking about Trump, emulating Trump, and doing it with the other dude too, John Gotti. You tell other people that bullshit, but you cannot tell that bullshit to Dr. T. Black people so up the asshole of white people they can't even get their own shit straight because they can't stop talking about white people. I assure you, white people ain't even thinking about black people. I talk to white people on a daily basis, and the last thing we talk about is black people. They don't give a shit about y'all. They'd rather y'all just go and mind your own business and leave them the hell alone. But black people cannot keep white people's name out of your mouth. They can't keep their names out of their mouth. And that's obsession, man. That's an act of obsession. That black people are so obsessed and so over-focused on what white people are doing, they've lost focus on what they're doing. Working on their kids, working on their lives. And for what, I'll never know. Because there's nothing that white people are doing that are stopping black people from being successful. Black people are actually doing more to not be successful than white people are. But black people are still stuck in slavery. They're still stuck in the circle. You see them in a programmed circle. That's because of programming. They cannot come out of a loop. Programming creates a loop. And it creates a loop that the person continues to experience, continue to focus on, just continuously in a loop, and it never stops. Can't you see that's black people in a loop? It's because they've been brainwashed with the Communist Manifesto. And because they've been brainwashed with the Communist Manifesto, they can't come out of slavery. They see it as something that happened last year, where other people in time, slavery gets further and further away, and then further and further out of their memory. With black people, it actually comes closer to their memory. They can't stop thinking about it. And that's not normal. That's because that shit was socially engineered. You see, during the civil rights movement, well, let's go back first. The shit happened at Tuskegee. It happened at Tuskegee when these niggas sold us out. Booker T. Washington, Carter Woodson, and W.E.B. Du Bois. Carter Woodson owns this company, Black History Unlocked, where they're continuously spilling fake-ass black history to keep you niggas angry so that you never figure it out that it was actually black people, our own people, that sold us out and not white people. And in order to keep you blinded to this, they have to keep you to a certain level of anger because they're using emotional brainwashing techniques. And with emotional brainwashing techniques, if you keep a person to a certain level of anger, at that frequency, you can't see things. You can't wrap your mind around things. You can't detect things. And that's one of the ways they keep black people blinded to the truth, by keeping black people angry. Haven't you seen the amount of time, money, and energy these morons use with stories and narratives to keep black people angry? For the love of God, they justice for Juicy. They ordered this nigga because he's a member of the Boule. His career is because he's in the bloodline. The prosecutor that prosecuted the case in Chicago, she's a member of the Boule and graduated from an HBSU, which means she don't know shit about law, but she'll do whatever these people tell her to do. The nigga, they ordered him to fall on his sword and sacrifice his career to create a fake ass episode of racism and oppression. Now, common sense, good judgment, wisdom, critical thinking skills. These people are telling you that racism is systemic. It's everywhere. But God, it's under here. It's everywhere. God, it's systemic. White people are systemic. You're racist against it again. Nevertheless, these niggas had to falsify a racist episode.